The most significant victories in Ramadan, the Battle of Hattin. Among the most significant conquests and victories during the blessed month of Ramadan is the legendary Battle of Hattin, etched forever in the collective memory of the Muslim nation and its successive generations to this very day. This pivotal battle marked the liberation of Palestine after its initial occupation by the Crusader armies during the Islamic era. It paved the way for the eventual victory and the reclaiming of Jerusalem and the rest of Palestine. During this blessed month, it is beneficial to recall its key events and details. Formation of the Islamic Front. Salahuddin succeeded in uniting the Islamic Front. However, Crusader control over key coastal cities in the Levant, as well as the fortresses of Kerak and Shorbak, posed a serious obstacle to communication between the two main parts of his realm, Egypt and most of the Levant, along with parts of Iraq. Additionally, these coastal towns and ports had significant strategic value, as they enabled the Crusaders to maintain direct contact with their European homelands. From the outset of his rule, Salah al-Din targeted these regions, even during his time as vizier under the Fatimids. Strategic raids on Crusader strongholds. Salah al-Din inflicted heavy losses on the Crusaders, both in personnel and equipment, through a series of well-coordinated raids on their coastal strongholds. In response, the Crusaders sought to divert his attention by launching attacks on the Red Sea coast and threatening the Islamic holy sites, yet events continued to unfold in Salah al-Din's favor. Prelude to the Battle of Hattin. 1. The death of Baldwin V and its impact on the Crusaders. King Baldwin V died in Jumada al-Akhira, 582 AH, 1186 CE, only a few months after his accession to the throne. His death triggered a fierce power struggle among Crusader princes, which Salah al-Din astutely exploited. 2. The raid on Safaria. While camped near the fortresses of Kerak and Shorbak to protect pilgrims from Crusader attacks, Salah al-Din sent a reconnaissance force towards Safaria. The force moved under the cover of night and launched a surprise dawn attack, executing the plan with remarkable precision and catching the enemy off guard. 3. Preparations for the battle. Buoyed by the success at Safaria, Salah al-Din left Kerak and Shorbak and led his armies swiftly toward the Crusaders. He camped at Ashtera, where an immense number of Muslim troops gathered. According to the historian Ibn Wasil, they covered the skies. He reviewed his army there, around 12,000 men, and organized them as per standard battle formations. His nephew Taqi al-Din Umar commanded the right wing, Muzaffar al-Din Gokbari led the left, and Salah al-Din himself commanded the center. The rest were distributed strategically on both flanks. The Battle of Hattin won, the Islamic offensive. The Muslims launched a fierce and relentless assault on the Crusaders, fighting with the conviction that only Allah could deliver them. Realizing they were encircled, with the Jordan River behind and the Roman lands ahead, the Crusaders saw no escape other than surrender or retreat. Only Raymond of Tripoli managed to escape by striking through the Muslim lines with a select group. The Muslims allowed their passage, then closed ranks again. 2. Psychological warfare. Salah al-Din employed psychological tactics to break Crusader morale. After surrounding them atop Mount Hattin, he focused on capturing the True Cross, a sacred Crusader relic they believed contained a fragment of Christ's cross. Once seized, this dealt a severe blow to Crusader morale, convincing them that all hope was lost. 3. Salah al-Din's prayer of gratitude and treatment of prisoners. Salah al-Din ordered a tent to be set up and performed a prayer of gratitude to God for the victory, a triumph that many kings before him had long wished for but never achieved. He then summoned the captured Crusader kings and commanders. He seated King Guy of Lusignan beside him and Prince Reynold of Châtillon, Lord of Kerak, next to the king. Offering iced water to King Guy, who drank and passed the remainder to Reynold, Salah al-Din became angry, stating that Reynaud had not drunk by his permission and thus was not granted amnesty. He reminded Reynaud of his crimes and betrayal, and when Reynaud refused to convert to Islam, Salah al-Din struck him down, wounding his shoulder, after which his guards finished the execution. King Guy, terrified he would be next, was reassured by Salah al-Din, who said, "It is not the custom of kings to kill kings. As for this man, he crossed the line." Aftermath of the battle. A decisive turning point. The Battle of Hattin was a decisive turning point that reshaped the political landscape of the region. Following it, Salah al-Din swiftly captured Crusader-held coastal cities, one after another, with the exception of the heavily fortified city of Tyre. Acre, Jaffa, Sidon, Beirut, Byblos, Ascalon, and others all fell. More than a military victory, Hattin was more than just a crushing defeat for the Crusaders. It signaled the beginning of the end for their colonial ambitions in the Islamic East. It reversed nearly 90 years of decline and disunity in the region, and emphasized the necessity of unity among the Muslim territories in Southwest Asia and Egypt to face common threats. Liberation of Palestine. The battle marked the true beginning of the liberation of Palestine. It opened the road to Jerusalem and facilitated the reconquest of the Holy City. Historian Ibn Wasil called it the key to Islamic victories, linking it to the earlier conquests of Nur al-Din Mahmud and the later victories of Sultan Baybars. He praised Salah al-Din and Nur al-Din for reviving Islam and rebuilding the foundations of monotheism after periods of decline. Later, God granted further support through the victorious Sultan Baybars, who restored Islamic rule after the Mongols had swept through the region at a time when hope for revival seemed lost.